Hello. So the Ministry of Education defines a special character school as a state school that has a particular character that sets it apart from ordinary state schools. In this video, we will talk about our own personal experiences in the school systems that we went to during our schooling. Each of the schools that we went to have similarities, however, they have differences that give each of them their own unique special character.
My name is Cherith, and I attended a Catholic special character school all throughout my primary school years and later went into the public school system for the rest of my education. One thing that set my primary experience apart from my high school experience was the religious focus. It was required of me to be present for Catholic Mass and take part in communion with my peers and teachers, despite my family's beliefs. I remember the Hail Mary prayer as we had to say it many times during Mass. We also had time allocated for Bible lessons and morning worships every day.
My name is Em, and I was able to experience various types of schools in different countries. In primary school, I found that in Adventist schools in Australia and Fiji, I had the most understanding teachers that were willing to take the time to help me in my learning. Yet, in New Zealand, the public school I attended really misunderstood me. I tried to make sense of why I was being treated in such a way, and it had a negative impact on my learning. These examples of the special characters of each school were displayed by the teachers in an Adventist context were helpful, and in the public context were challenging.
My name is Martha, and I attended a Seventh-day Adventist primary school for 4 years in the Solomon Islands and a public school for the duration of my education in Australia. At both schools, there was an importance in academic achievement. For me, the difference was a sense of belonging in both schools. In the Seventh-day Adventist school, we had morning worship, Bible readings, and I felt a strong connection with my teachers and other students. However, in the public school in Australia, I felt that I did not connect well with most teachers.
My name is Kyle and I am a Seventh-day Adventist Christian. However, I attended a public primary and secondary school for the duration of my schooling years. At both of these schools, there was a strong emphasis on academic achievement. However, there was zero inclusion of spirituality whatsoever. I remember in a geography class during high school when my teacher was talking about evolution. He was speaking as if evolution was a fact and not a theory. The whole time I felt like he was insulting Christianity. When I completed prac at the Seventh-day Adventist school, this was not the case. While I was at school myself, I was afraid to speak of my beliefs for fear of judgment, and this is a detriment to public schools regarding what their special character is.
Within special character schools, it is the staff and teachers in particular that are seen as the driving force in implementing the special character throughout the school and their individual classrooms. In my experience, for the Catholic school I attended, all the teachers and staff spoke of God often. Everything that we did in the class had an overall purpose that related to God and or the Catholic beliefs. For example, academically bettering ourselves was for the purpose of being able to share the gospel.
The teacher in New Zealand's special characters showed me that what I did not want to be like as a teacher. And the teachers in Adventist school showed me what it means to nurture students' learning to help them be successful.
My Adventist teachers in the Solomon Islands demonstrated a high quality of teaching. Most of the things I learned in class was based on teachings of God. They taught me Christian values that I still hold and practice. They inspired me to strive for greatness and to be a good role model.
At the public school I went to, believing and achieving was our motto. Even though the spirituality component was missing, my primary school placed a large emphasis on bettering ourselves in a cognitive way. Now that we have talked about our own personal experiences, we are going to talk about what the general roles of a teacher are.
Firstly, the role of a teacher is to be a mediator, this meaning that the educator needs to facilitate discussion in a safe space. Secondly, the teacher is responsible for contributing to the welfare and education of the students.
Thirdly, teachers need to display integrity and professionalism. Teachers assume the role of a leader, administrator, and manager.
And finally, teachers are also seen as role models as students look up to them in many different ways. In conclusion, every single teacher has their own personal philosophy. However, each teacher needs to fit the mould of the school that they end up teaching in to ensure that their philosophy fits in with the school's purpose. As we talked about, each school system that we went to had a different purpose. This means that every school is unique and different in their own way.